What's on, guys? Just here back to my channel. Tonight I've been doing a review for Friday Smackdown that just finished a few minutes ago. Had a little overtime with the show and stuff because of the contract signed with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. So let's get to it then. Uh, the video did that. I'm sorry, it's not. I'm having a little issues where So anyways, let's go to it then. With the promo statement. Rhodes gets in the ring and asks London what they want to talk about. Rhodes says he will be facing John Cena at WrestleMania as Cena tries to break the record and win this title for the 17th time. He says in a few nights he will be standing face to face with Cena. Randy Orton's music hits and he makes his way out to the ring. Orton says he isn't the sentimental type, but for the ovation he got today, he says screw it. Orton tells Rhodes to see who he is now and where he came from. He says he remembers Rhodes busting his ass and him not being happy. He tells Rhodes and he has testicular fortitude for leaving WWE and forging his own path. He tells Rhodes that he's changed the industry since he's been back. He says Rhodes is the same person he was before, but with loads of growth and behind him. Orton brings up Rhodes' match against Seth Rollins when he had torn his pec and talks to Rhodes about his perseverance and winning the match. He talks about Rhodes finishing his story. Oh shit, I lost my thing. Finishing his story at WrestleMania, but says there is always a new story. He tells Rhodes that because of Rhodes' ticket sales are up and the fans are more invested, and it's 99% because of Rhodes. Orton tells Rhodes that he knows he'll come out at WrestleMania as champ, but after all the smoke sells, Orton will want to go after Rhodes' title. He says he will look Rhodes directly in the eye and tell Rhodes he's coming for his title. Unlike others who have resorted to cheap shots, this calls out Drew McIntyre, who makes his way out and stands by the entrance ramp. McIntyre says it makes him sick watching Nepo babies have a love fest in the ring. McIntyre tells Orton, shit, I lost my thing. McIntyre tells Orton that people talk about his short title reign more than Orton's return, so he needs to get back back of the line. And McIntyre says no one listened to him about John Cena, and Cena turned on Rhodes. He says he should be in the title match at WrestleMania, but Daniel Priest screwed that up for him. McIntyre tells Orton it'll be him who will take Rhodes' title after his match with Cena, and not Orton. McIntyre tells Orton he looks great on the outside, but he knows on the inside Orton's back is hanging by a thread. McIntyre gets in Rhodes' face, who punches him, and Orton goes for an RKO, but McIntyre flees before that can change. We see the Street Profits walking backstage before the match. We also see Pretty Deadly walking backstage. Alright, first match coming up, WWE Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits, who are the champions, Montez Ford and Andre Dawkins, versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. All right, Wilson and Prince. Wilson and Dawkins start the bout. Dawkins takes down Wilson with the shoulder check and punches Wilson in the corner. Prince is tagged in, and Dawkins is double teamed. Ford runs in and is taken out too. Dawkins is double teamed again, and we cut a commercial break. Back from break. Come on. Alright, back from break, Prince beats on Ford in the corner and hits a release German suplex. Prince has a springboard forearm and cars Ford for a 2 count. Ford takes down Prince and they both tag out. Dawkins slams Wilson down and kicks Wilson. Prince is tagged in and they hit a catapult code breaker and Prince covers for 2. Dawkins spine busters Prince and tags in Ford. Ford splashes onto Wilson and Prince rolls him up for 2. Dawkins is tagged in and Prince is double teamed and cover until Wilson breaks the pin. All 4 men are in separate corners and attack each other. Pretty Deadly hits split milk on Dawkins. He's covered till Ford breaks the pin. Pretty Deadly tries for another catapult code breaker, but Dawkins counters and Ford and Dawkins hit the Doomsday Blockbuster for the win. No boy. Okay, the person said that. Alright, so winners and still WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Earlier today, Zillian Vega is with Ken Carter and Kit Chance, Chelsea Green and Raynham, wherever / Secret Harvest Center and enter. Vega says she lost her match because of interference, and a 6-woman tag match is set for today. We see Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns arriving in the parking lot. All right, second match coming up. Katana Chance and Ken Carter versus the Secret Harvest. Piper Niven and Alba Fire with Chelsea Green. Chance and Fire start the bout. And Fire attacks Chance off the bat. Carter is tagged in, and Fire is double teamed, and Carter covers Fire for 1 count. Chance is tagged back in, and Niven is tagging as well. Chance and Carter attack Fire outside the ring, and Niven cannonballs off the apron onto Chance and Carter. And we go to commercial break. We back, and Carter is taken down. Fire with some forearms. Carter kicks Fire and kicks her against the ropes. Carter hits a springboard leg drop and covers for a 2 count. Niven is tagged in, and Niven accidentally sent onto Fire. Chance is tagged in, and they botch a double team on Niven. Carter hits a Samoan drop on Niven, and they hit the king stand kickstand and on Niven, and Fire breaks the pin. Carter splashes onto Fire outside the ring, and Chance kicks Niven in the middle of the ring. Green distracts the Rev, and Niven hits the Piper driver on Carter for the win. So winners are the Secret Harvest. Alright, after the match, the Green random attacks Carter, and Chance. Zelina Vega runs down and attacks the Secret Harvest. Chelsea Green runs in, and she and Vega go at it. Vega tries for Code Red, but is tagged by the Harvest, whatever. Alright, LA Knight walks backstage before his match. Alright, third match coming out, United States Championship match. LA Knight, who is a champion, versus Braun Strowman. We get the bell, and the men lock up. Knight is thrown across the ring a couple of times, and then Knight tries to throw Strowman, but can't. Knight kicks Strowman and runs into a arm drag by Strowman. Strowman covers for a 2 count and punches out Knight in the corner. Knight sends Strowman outside the ring and hits a baseball slide on Strowman out of the ring. Strowman boots Knight outside the ring, and we get commercial break. Back to Smackdown. Strowman sends Knight back in the ring and clobbers him on the apron. Kicks Knight on the apron. I'm sorry. Knight kicks Strowman and tries to slam him, but Knight hits a second rope bulldog on Strowman and then punches him in the middle of the ring. Knight hits a German suplex on Strowman, followed by an elbow. Followed by an elbow. Knight covers Strowman for a 2 count. Strowman throws Knight as he tries for a BFT, and Strowman sends Knight out the ring. Strowman goes for the Strowman Express, and Jacob Fatu comes out of nowhere and hits a flying forearm on a running Strowman, calling for a DQ. So winner by disqualification, Braun Strowman. Alright, after the match, Fatu Samoan drops Strowman onto the announce table and then starts beating on him in the ring. Knight runs in and starts attacking Fatu, but Fatu hits a Samoan drop on Knight and then hits some hip checks on Strowman, who is laid out in the corner. Fatu then hits his moonsault on Strowman twice. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Jimmy Uso. Redmond talks to him about slapping Gunther, and Uso says he would do it again. Uso talks about Jay being in his head, and he says on Raw he will go through Gunther just like his brother will be at WrestleMania. Uso walks by The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. The Miz tells Uso that Gunther is the main character and the Usos are side characters. The Miz tells Uso if he wants to slap The Miz like that, and Uso goes to slap Miz and he cowers. Uso says they should fight tonight. Jacob Fatu is walking backstage and is approached by Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. Fatu tells them that he is going to win the U.S. title and he will do this with them or without them. Alright, we get backstage video. We get a backstage video package from Naomi. She says she always does the right thing and asks Bianca Belair why she would think this was a strong thing to do. She asks how Jade Cargill comes from nowhere and takes her place. She asks Belair who inspired her and who had Belair's back from day one. She says you teach people who to treat you, and she does being an afterthought. Naomi tells Cargill that if she continues to be in her way, should proceed with caution. Nick Aldis talks to Jade Cargill backstage and she says she's been trying to get a hold of Naomi for days and she can't wait to get her hands on her. Mission and BFAT walk up to Cargill and tell her they're on her side. Alright, next match coming up, fourth match. Mission with BFAB for Charlotte Flair. Naomi comes out of nowhere and attacks Mission and hits a face buster on her. Naomi turns her attention to BFAB and throws her into the barricades. Naomi smashes BFAB into the announce desk, and this calls out Jade Cargill, and Naomi flees. Cargill checks on beef at and helps her to the back. Jay Cargo and Charlotte Flair lock eyes, and Flair looks unimpressed, and Cargo looks intrigued. Flair now makes her way to the ring, and we get the bell. Flair kicks Mission and covers her for a 1 count, and we cut a commercial break. Alright, back from break. Flair tries to pin Mission several times and then slaps her in a headlock. Mission powers out of the hold and punches Flair in the middle of the ring. Mission hits a tornado DDT and covers Flair for a 2 count. Mission goes for defeat but is slammed down. Flair is kicked in the head and Flair kicks Mission back. Mission hits a sit out powerbomb on Flair and gets a near fall. Mission kicks Flair on a few times and covers for a 2. Flair chops Mission and tries for a boot, but Mission counters and hits a German suplex on Flair. Mission cannonballs into Flair in the corner and tries for another defeat, but misses. Mission connects with defeat and covers Flair for Flair, but Flair gets her leg on the ropes and slides outside the ring. Mission goes to kick Flair against the steel steps, but Mission misses. Back in the ring, Flair attacks Mission's leg and locks her in the figure 8 for the win. So winner is Charlotte Flair. Dragon Raymond talks to Tiffany Stratton backstage. Stratton talks about Flair not letting her get a word out in their interview. Stratton says, as a 25-year-old rookie who has been on SmackDown, if she's to lose, she lost to Charlotte Flair. But if Flair loses, she loses to a rookie who is a little girl. Stratton says she's walking out of WrestleMania as champ. Toodles. Alright, next match coming up, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. The men lock up, and McIntyre takes down Orton with a shoulder check. Orton and McIntyre lock up, and Orton is kicked in the gut. And Orton then punches McIntyre, punches out McIntyre on the ropes against the turnbuckles, and then sends McIntyre's shoulder first into the ring post. McIntyre rolls out of the ring, and Orton follows him. McIntyre slams Orton's head against the announce desk and tries to slam Orton onto the announce desk, but Orton counters and slams McIntyre into the desk, and we get a commercial break. We're back, and both Orton and McIntyre are punching each other in the middle of the ring. McIntyre gets Orton down and covers for a 2 count. McIntyre gets Orton in an arm bar, and Orton punches his way out of the hole. McIntyre punches and chops Orton, and Orton comes out with a few clotheslines and snap power slam. McIntyre stuns Orton on the ropes, and Orton hits McIntyre with the rope assisted DDT. Orton sets up for the RKO, and Kevin Owens is seen coming down into the ring, distracting Orton. Orton turns around, and McIntyre hits a Claymore for the win. So winner is Drew McIntyre. After the match, Owens pulls fallen Orton, but out of the ring, and tries for a package pile driver on the announce desk, but Orton counters out of it and goes to punt Owens, but Owens runs into the crowd. Alright, Jimmy Uso walks backstage ahead of his match against Miz. A video package where Rey Fenix plays, and he'll be on hand next week. So yeah, next week Rey Fenix shows up next Friday in Chicago. Alright, next match coming up, The Miz versus Jimmy Uso. The men charge at each other at the bell, and Uso chops The Miz in the corner. The Miz is taken down with a spear, and Uso punches him some more. Uso clobbers The Miz with the clotheslines and then chops him some more. Uso connects with an uppercut, and The Miz is able to kick Uso and get him on the mat. The Miz knees Uso in the Miz knees Uso in the spine and then chokes Uso out on the ropes. The Miz is clotheslined out of the ring, and Uso comes out and clotheslines him over the barricades. We get commercial break. Back to SmackDown. The Miz runs at Uso in the corner, but Uso moves out of the way. Uso clotheslines The Miz and takes him down with a Samoan drop. The Miz takes down Uso with the clotheslines and goes for the skull crushing finale, but Uso counters and they try rolling each other up a couple times. The Miz plants Uso and covers for a near fall. The Miz kicks Uso in the ring, and Uso comes back with a kick to the Miz's head. The Miz hits a sling blade and covers for a 2 count. The Miz comes off the top rope into a super kick by Uso. Uso hits a Uso splash and gets the win. So winner is Jimmy Uso. Alright, Uso gets on the headsets near commentary and tells Gunther he'll turn him from a ring general to a private. Alright, Drew McIntyre is backstage, and Louis Cabaldi is backstage, and he and McIntyre embrace and talk. McIntyre comes by Jackie Bradley, and McIntyre says, when no one gets involved, he wins. He talks about Damian Priest no showing it leaves. As McIntyre opens the door to the parking lot, Damian Priest is waiting. He attacks McIntyre and the two fight amongst cars, and McIntyre is slammed onto the ring shield of a car by Priest. After Priest delivers the South of Heaven. All right, next match. Next match. Sorry, we have the contract coming up. CM Punk walks backstage towards the contract signing and sees McIntyre laid out on the car in pain and smirks at McIntyre. Alright, so here we go. Nick Aldis is in the ring for the contract signing. He welcomes everyone, and Roman Reigns' music hits, and he's out first, followed by Paul Heyman, security guards, so we could cut a commercial break. Reigns asks London to acknowledge him, and Heyman begins to wipe down one of the chairs for Reigns to sit in. Reigns releases the crowd singing Roman Reigns, and he tells them it's beautiful how they sing to their tribal chief. Paul Heyman joins in on the song, and Reigns says he's the biggest star on the planet. He says he's here for two reasons: one, to acknowledge, and two, is to sign this contract, and he signs it. Seth Rollins' music hits, and he makes his way out, his way down to the ring. Rollins pulls his mic near Heyman to see if he'll sing Rollins' theme, and he says the London crowd has great singing voices. Rollins talks about the history they have in this arena. Rollins says they've accomplished their mission of changing the landscape of the WWE from their debut. Reigns says there is no we, and that died a long time ago. Reigns says it was all him, and he made this place better. Then, when they showed up, Rollins says Reigns always thinks of himself, and he has lost sight of their biggest problem with CM Punk, and now Rollins has to do what he's always had to do, and that's clean up Reigns' mess. CM Punk comes out and stands on the top row and says he's here to chew bubblegum and to sign a contract, and he's all out bubblegum. Punk sits down and reads the contract, and Reigns asks if he needs a highlighter and tells him to turn the page 4 and sign it. Reigns asks Heyman to sparring up Punk, and Heyman goes to Punk's side and says, I know what you're looking for, and it's in here. You're closing WrestleMania. You're a WrestleMania main eventer. Punk gets emotional, and Rollins snaps and says WrestleMania is sacred and it means more to him than anything. He says Punk doesn't deserve to main event WrestleMania. Punk thanks London for the CM Punk chants and thanks everyone who stood by him and chanted his name for 10 long years. Reigns says it's because of him he's in the main event and asks to be thanked. Instead, Punk thanks Reigns for allowing a kid from Chicago to be in his presence. He says because of Reigns, he'll see him at the main event at WrestleMania. He then says that's not the favor he's owed. He drops the mic and the show goes off there. So yeah, I went a little overtime a little bit and stuff. So yeah, it was good. It was a good show tonight, and so I enjoyed it more than AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday, all that stuff. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, the whole show was good and stuff. So, but everybody was waiting for the mostly the contract signing with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, all that stuff. So yeah, it was good, all that. But yeah, anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you like it, not whatever stuff. So like, subscribe, hit the button, leave a comment. If you guys want to leave a comment stuff, I don't care what you guys do. That was it. Now see you guys tomorrow night for AEW Collision, which will be live tomorrow this time. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night. All right. Laters.